Hello everyone and welcome to Cricket World TV. Jim White here with John Pennington again.
Hello Jim.
John, thanks again for being here to talk us through what is the final of the Idea Cup in Bangladesh, and a game that could have had a bit more, but it was still a good game of cricket.
It was a very good game. I mean, India lost the toss again. We've seen throughout this tournament the toss is very crucial. They lost the toss, put into bat, were bowled out for 245. Sri Lanka then went on to win the game, as they have done throughout the tournament. When they batted second, they won. They closed on 249 for 6 in the penultimate over.
A few collywobbles along the way, but it was always Sri Lanka's game.
Pretty much, yes. Certainly once to the start that they made to the game, they were very, very impressive throughout.
Okay, well I'm sure the decision there to field first was going to be utmost in Sangakkara's mind. I don't think he's lost a toss yet actually in this tournament. A good way to go, but first of all, India batted, John, and they made 245.
They did. It doesn't quite tell the whole story. They were in all sorts of trouble early on. Excellent bowling from Nuwan Kulasakara and Shanakawala Gadara. 7 wickets between them. They were reduced to 60 for 5, and 42 of those runs came from the bat of Virender Sehwag. He wasn't hanging about, but when he was dismissed, they were in all sorts of trouble. It took a sublime century from Suresh Raina. He made 106. He shared 106 with Ravi Jadeja. He made a very impressive 38 to get India up towards a competitive score. We sort of thought, well, it might not be enough, but it keeps them in the game, and it did.
It really was an important innings. I actually thought at 60 for 5 that this was going to be one of the lowest totals and shortest games of cricket we're going to see this year, but it wasn't to be, as you say, a superb innings, and Sehwag in his usual inimitable fashion was just blazing from one end. So 246 to win, and Sri Lanka really, well, they went about it in their own way, wasn't it really?
They did. They also made a pretty poor start. Upal Taranga dismissed without a run on the board, but Sri Lanka, they batted a lot better than India did early on, and that's, I think, why they won. Sangakkara, he's in sublime form at the moment. He made 55. Tilakarana Dilshan 49. Usually does a Sehwag. Couldn't get going today, but eventually just let Sangakkara play the shots at the other end. Got some form himself. Made 49 in pretty good time. The pair of them put on 93. That really sort of broke the back of the run chase. Then Mahela Jayawardene came in. He was unbeaten on 71 at the end. There was a few wickets going down in the middle order. Harbhajan Singh picked up 2 for 41. Yuvraj struck with his first ball, but Mahela Jayawardene really just kept things calm out there and won the game with 3 fours in a row in the penultimate over. Nice way to finish. Nice way to finish.
And Harbhajan, I think, bowled particularly well, didn't he? He got a couple of absolute belters in there on what might have been difficult for him as the day was going on.
He did. He got rid of Sangakkara with a beauty, and it was Kandambi as well, with he dismissed LBW. But India were slightly hampered by the fact that Ashish Nehra could only bowl one over and 2 balls before he had a groin strain, so he had to go. So Dhoni had to manage his bowlers quite carefully, and they didn't quite have enough runs.
Okay, John. Well, thanks for that. And we'll move on now to our talking point. Yes, it is time for the talking point now. Now, John, the interesting point here in the game is that with these wickets falling all around, it really was a crisis.
Well, the man for the crisis, or coolness under pressure, that's what really I picked out from today's game. First of all, the innings of Suresh Raina coming in under all sorts of pressure. 60 for 5, as we've already said, the game could have been over very quickly. He played a sublime innings, probably one of the best innings I've ever seen him play. And if it wasn't for that innings, I don't think we would have had much of a game at all. Not quite the same situation in the Sri Lankan innings, but when they were losing wickets, Sangakkara gone, Dilshan gone, not a lot of experience. It was up to the experienced man in the middle, Mahela Jayawardene, to bring it home, and he showed all of his experience, all of his class, to do exactly that, the epitome of coolness under pressure.
So there we go, John. That's it for today. That's the cup. That's the idea, if you want to call it that.
Very good, very good.
So Sri Lanka win, 4 wickets, and so they win the cup. A lot more cricket to come up though.
Absolutely, it's a busy period. We've got test matches between England and South Africa, and Australia and Pakistan coming. We've got the Under-19 World Cup begin. Can India retain their title? We've also got Intercontinental Cup action. We've got the finals of the KFC 2020 Cup, the HRV Cup in New Zealand as well, and not to mention the Dulip Trophy as well in India. It's all happening.
It certainly is, and it'll keep us on our toes, but we hopefully will see you again here on Cricket World TV.